Hello and welcome back to A Happier Home, where we are going to clear up some major mental space clutter today, okay? This is a very exciting one. I did not see this one coming actually because I didn't really have it on my radar. It wasn't really on my list of videos I wanted to do, but then it became an emergency situation over here. It was out of control and it was seriously cluttering up so much of my brain space that I was like, I really gotta fix this. So I spent some time putting some new systems in for my email inbox, and it has added it like made my life, it made my day yesterday. I went through it and I figured it out and I got rid of all the clutter and I got rid of all these subscriptions, and just, I can't tell you how good it felt, okay? But I will. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it because I want you guys to get a hold of your email inbox, okay? It's one of those stupid little things that it's a part of life. We gotta deal with it, but it's like no one teaches you how to deal with these things. Our moms didn't have to deal with it, our grandmas didn't have to deal with it, but we're gonna figure it out and make it a non-issue in our lives anymore, okay? If you haven't been here before, hi, I'm Tara. I am your mommy mentor. I'm gonna help you get through your motherhood journey with some better home systems so that we can systemize the worky part of being a mom and have more fun doing the fun part of being a mom. And that's all I need to say about that. I could go on and on about systems, guys, but we're here to learn how to manage our emails. Our mom emails, okay? So let's do it. And today we are working with Gmail, but I'm sure a lot of these systems will work for other email platforms if you use something else. And yeah, just remember that implementing a new system is going to take some time to set it up on the front end, but if you take some time to do that, it is gonna help you with your weeks and your months and your years to come. So like I said, it'll probably take you like 30 minutes to do this, and then you're gonna have it for life. Okay, so for the first step, we're going to purge our email. We don't want any more coming into our email than we can handle, and so we're gonna unsubscribe to anything we don't want anymore, okay? And how are we gonna do this? People have already set it up for us. It's called Unroll.me. Unroll.me is an amazing free tool that you hook up to your Gmail. You just type in your Gmail and you kind of have to like go through some security questions and things like that. But once you get in, it's gonna show you a huge list of all the things that you are getting in your inbox, and you can choose whether to keep it, whether to unsubscribe, or put it in your roll-up, which is kind of like, they package it all in one. So you get kind of like one email that has all the newsletters you want instead of getting an individual one per thing. And honestly, there's a lot more to Unroll.me that I don't know. And so I'm gonna put in the description a blog post that can explain it all to you better than I can. After we've purged a little bit all the things that have our name on their lists, we want to consolidate any other inboxes that we have. So if you have multiple emails, you're gonna choose one, okay? We kind of just want one inbox that we look at. Honestly, I can understand if you want more than one. Like if you have a business, obviously, that has your business stuff and then your personal stuff, that's fine. But if you have like old emails that you keep having to check on, go to those emails and you can set up in the settings, forward those emails to the one email that you wanna be checking most, okay? We don't wanna be having to click through or be swapping accounts all the time on our phones to see those emails. We are minimizing the work here and minimizing the steps. All right, so now we're gonna jump into Gmail and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. So since I already decluttered my email, this one looks a little bit nice, but believe me, I had probably 200 emails in my inbox that I had to sort through. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna set up some labels. And many of you might have some really old labels that you set up many years ago for younger kids or whatever. We want to get rid of any labels we don't need anymore, update ones that need updating, and add new ones. So go through your labels and figure out what you wanna keep, what you wanna throw, and then I'm gonna tell you which ones to add. This might take some time as you're gonna wanna go through those old labels and folders and figure out what you wanna keep or not. What I learned in this process, which I don't know how I didn't know this before, but you can archive emails and it doesn't delete them, it just kind of gets them out of your way. You can still search and find them. You can still search and find them according to what label is on them. But that was news to me that you could archive. Maybe everyone knows that, but I was left behind. Okay, so here's my Gmail account, and this is how we're gonna set it up to look for you guys today. We're going to have our inbox. We're gonna have these other separate folders on the side so you can see what you actually wanna keep, but for the most part, we want our inbox to be totally clear. A lot of times I would like to keep things in my inbox as reminders. No more. Our inbox should be a trigger to show us that we need to go through it. So if we see something in it, that's going to alert us to say that needs attention. Okay, so now that we have our personal labels figured out, we're gonna make some more labels, and you can see them right here. We're gonna make a follow-up, a readme, and a waiting response label. We do that by just clicking the plus sign, and you're gonna wanna write follow-up, but you want to put these brackets This one video I watched said to put brackets so that it takes it to the top of your list so it doesn't get muddled up in your other labels. So we're gonna write follow up and bracket, okay? And that's all we're gonna do. Then we're gonna click create. And you'll do the same thing for a README label and for a waiting response label. Just click that plus sign, write it in, add those brackets if you want. If not, that's fine too. It's probably just gonna alphabetize it on the left so that you will find it there. And that's it, we're gonna add those 3. You can also make it color-coded if that's your jam. We're gonna click those 3 buttons on the side and we can label color it and choose any color you want. Now you've got these labels, follow me, follow up, read me, and waiting response. So whenever we have incoming emails, we are going to put these emails either in one of these folders or we're gonna delete it or archive it, okay? We want to see everything coming in, we're gonna look at it, give it a label, and then move it out of our inbox. Most of them might go in one of these 3 folders or into your other family labels that you have. So if you look at my inbox, I have my main inbox, which has 3 emails that I need to get to, and then I have these other 3 on the right, follow up, read me, and waiting response right here, ready for me to manage. How do we do that? We're gonna go over to this gear button, gonna scroll all the way down to multiple inboxes, and we're gonna customize. We wanna add these 3 sections, okay? So you're gonna write label, colon, and then you wanna have the exact label written out next to it. So you're gonna wanna add those brackets, and then you're gonna give it like an easy name right here. Follow up is what I'm gonna call it. And before we hit save, we are going to come right here to the multiple inbox position. I like to put it to the right of the inbox. That's just kind of what looks good for me, but you can experiment with the above the inbox or below the inbox too. But for now, I'm just gonna click right of the inbox and click Save Changes. Okay, and so then you'll see it. You'll see these 3 folders right next to your main inbox, and you can toggle them down or up if you don't wanna see it. Okay, so now we've kind of set up the beginning of our system, but now we actually need to get some habits into managing this system because it's not gonna take care of itself. This is up to you to maintain the system. So what is it? So in my system builder, I have 4 things that every functioning, really good system will have. That's a goal, a location, a trigger, and steps to fulfill that system. So our goal is to keep an organized inbox and to respond to anything that we need to in a timely manner, and also just to be happier, okay? We wanna be less stressed about our email. And this is definitely gonna do that for us. Our location we just built. We built those labels, we organized our inbox, and we now know where anything that comes into our inbox is going to be living after we go through it. A trigger. We need a trigger to remind us to do the system, to get it going and to get it started. This can either be seeing something in your inbox, which honestly, having anything in our inbox should be a trigger of like, oh, I gotta get in there and clean it out. But that's like all the time. Honestly, I'm getting emails constantly all day long and I don't wanna be in my email all day long. So I would just suggest setting a couple days, maybe like 2 days a week, where you go through your whole inbox, okay? You can look at it and make sure that there's nothing critical that you need to be looking at, like right then. But for the most part, we don't wanna be in our phones on our emails all day long. Okay, we don't need to do that. We're not about that life. So pick a couple days, maybe that's like Monday mornings and Thursday mornings, or maybe it's like, I don't know, whatever day works for you. Choose a day, and the day itself is going to be the trigger for you to start your email washout. One thing you can do is set a timer on your phone just to remind you that is the time you will take to go through your email. And honestly, once you've been consistently going through your email, it's not gonna take that long. It's gonna take you 10 minutes, okay? Now the steps are kind of an important part because we want to make this a habit of getting through our inbox in a timely manner without all that brain fuzz so that we can know what we're doing and know who we're waiting to hear back from or need to respond to and all that jazz. What we're gonna do is act on every email as soon as possible, okay? We made these labels so that we can act on emails as soon as we can, right? But that doesn't always mean right away. We need to follow the 1-minute rule, okay? When you see your email, you're going through your email and you see one, if you can respond, if you can get through that email and either respond or archive it or delete it within 1 minute, do it, okay? Don't just let it sit. Get it done, check it off your list. 1-minute rule. Anything else, we've got some options, okay? So our options are to read and respond right then, and then label it and archive it, or label it to read later. That's what our folder is for, okay? When the one that says read me, if you get an email and you can't read it right now, but you know you need to read through it, but it doesn't necessarily need a response, put it in your README so that you can get to it later. Our other option is to label follow-up. That's my follow-up folder. That's gonna be things that I know I need to actually sit down and respond to or think about, read through and respond to. Those are things that are gonna take maybe a little bit more time, right? That's gonna be our follow-up folder. The other action that we can do when we're going through our emails is we need to add it to our calendar. A lot of things with appointments or schedules or whatever, a lot of times they have calendar links and you can add it right to your Google Calendar, right? So those are some actions. We're gonna respond right away, get it out of here. We're going to put it in our README folder so we can read it later. It doesn't really need a response, but we need to look at it. We're gonna put it in our follow-up folder. So yes, it needs attention, but I don't have time right now. I'm gonna get to it as soon as I can, follow-up folder. Or we're gonna add it to our calendar and get it out of the way. I really wanna make sure we remember those calendar ones because that's a huge part of our home flow is these emails coming in, they've got calendar items. If we can right here connect from our email to our calendar, oh, that's gonna save us so much time and energy and just like memory mental load. And so remember, if you label something and archive it, it is still in your system. You can still find it. It's just not gonna be visible, right? So you label it and then you remember, oh, what was that receipt for this? Or what was the time for this game? Or wow, that was a whole year ago, but I remember I labeled it as this. You can still search it and it's still gonna be there, okay? But do that sparingly. Make sure you're deleting those things that you really honestly don't need anymore, okay? And that's it, guys. That's your new email system. And now we're going to sit down, take some time to really figure out when we can sit down, have a moment to clear out our email inbox. Maybe that's right now. Go into your email if you have a couple minutes. Set up these systems, redo your labels, delete all and everything, relabel it, archive it, get it out of here, okay? Go to unroll.me, unsubscribe from all the crap that keeps coming into your email and filter that out. We don't need it. We don't need those ads anymore. We don't need Old Navy. We don't need Stitch Fix emails coming in anymore. We'll go to them if we need them, okay? We have enough ads everywhere else. We don't need it in our inbox. So go do that, spend a couple minutes, and let me tell you, it's gonna feel amazing. It's one of those things where it's like, I did not know how much this was affecting me until I fixed it, and now you can just breathe a little bit more. It's just one less thing that you need to deal with, right? Also, if you want any other, the extra emails on the side, the extra buckets on the side, you can add whatever you want. Maybe you do want a bucket that has all of your school emails and you want to be able to go to them right away. Do that. Make it your own. Customize it to fit whatever you need. A lot of people have different types of emails. Maybe you've got medical bills coming in or you've got information coming in from different schools, multiple schools, right? This is your filing cabinet and you need to make those files that fit your needs, okay? And there are so many ways you could do this. You can color code it. You can do whatever you want. Could be not as stressful as it seems, right? And honestly, this is gonna be an amazing domino effect on everything else. Like I said with the calendars, if you can figure out your email and just get that habit of adding it to your calendar right away, that's gonna help your calendar system, which is gonna help your whole family flow. This is gonna be a huge domino effect on the rest of your home management, I promise. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. Give it a like and a follow if you guys think that these types of systems can help you in your family life and in your home, because I know they sure help me as a mom to 5. I just can't wing it anymore. I need these systems to keep me going and to keep us less frazzled during our weeks and months of life here in this house. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.